going?
Hello. So we're here live at Jane Neal's house. We're pouring some Kangen water. One really interesting thing that you taught me, because you used to drink 4 liters of water every day. So when I first met Jane, she was like, "Oh no, lovey," pardon the impression, but I drink 4 liters of water every day.
Yeah.
And so we're going to show you here what you were drinking.
Good.
You know, like, I mean, we have to pay attention to the quality of our water, because drinking 4 liters of this water is going to be a lot different than drinking 4 liters of this water.
Yeah.
So this is the ORP machine. Have you seen this before?
Yeah.
You have,
Well,
eh?
I've seen it on your videos.
I
before.
guess.
Yeah.
It's a neat little,
Just not in real
little
life.
thing here.
Wow.
So what this does, it's an ORP, or it's a redox meter. What it does is it measures the antioxidant or oxidant properties of a liquid. So if it shows up as a positive, it's positive for oxidative stress or oxidative properties, which causes oxidative stress. If it shows up as a negative, then it is an antioxidant. So everything in our world and in our health can be traced back to oxidative damage and stress.
Right.
That's all. That's why babies don't drink Kangen, because they were born
They
perfect.
don't need to.
Yeah, and then as they
precious.
breathe, you know,
Aw.
1 year into breathing,
Wow.
babies can start drinking Kangen, because as you breathe, you
Yeah.
oxidize.
Wow.
Just like a car or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So they can start drinking it after a year.
Wow.
So so now it's going to measure the air. So what it's measuring now is oxygen in the air, which is one of our main oxidants. This is the Kangen water. To give you a reference, I poured this a while ago, but as you can see, it's going to fall down into that negative range. When we first pour Kangen, like when you get your machine, you're going to reach up to a negative 800.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that something?
That's
So that's where you're going to notice a lot, even more. Like the water's been great, the water trial to get you started. But when you have it in the house, that's where you're going to really notice the big difference. You're drinking fresh bubbles.
That would be so cool.
And here is the water Jane was drinking.
Yep, here we go.
So as you can see, it's a positive value, meaning that it was an oxidant. So when you were drinking the 4 liters of this, you may as well have, been drinking pop, because look at this, it's still rising too. And this is where 7-Up comes in at.
Oh, really?
7-Up is around that 250 mark, and your water is hitting that for oxidative damage and stress. So this is...
Wow, and that was with a huge, massive water filter system.
Well, that's it. This is from your RO
so it's
system.
not even regular tap water. This is supposed to be filtered and ionized and all the rest of it.
Generally, RO tends to be worse.
Oh,
I've tested the stuff over at Canadian Tire,
Wow.
and it came in at the positive 500. And that's what Louis is drinking at work. So it looks like it's still rising, but it's pretty slow. It looks like we're sticking around that 262, 260 mark. And let's go back down and have a look at the Kangen. I can't wait to do this test when you've got fresh bubbles in the house.
Oh, no, that'll be
But once you see that negative,
Yeah.
then you know that you're working with an antioxidant. And then back into an oxidant. So this is what people are drinking, and this is why we do what we do, is we're showing people what antioxidant water looks like. Even if it does nothing but take away a powerful oxidant
Absolutely.
and replaces it with an antioxidant, this is why people feel better.
Wow. And then what is it that antioxidants do then, just to refresh?
So what
me again?
antioxidants do is they lend an ion or energy to different cells that are imbalanced in the cellular system. So say you have a lot of free radical.
Yeah.
My understanding, there's so many different radicals and stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of our free radicals are very healthy, normal cells that just are missing the negative ion that surrounds them. So what they'll do is they'll go to other cells in your system and try to steal the negative ion to balance themselves.
Wow.
So when these two cells start fighting, the ion is half over one, half over the other, and it allows for more mutations.
Okay.
Right? But mutations aren't that scary per se, because our bodies are really amazing. When a cell mutates, it will self-destruct.
Right.
So we're set up for
Wow.
mutations and for our cells to self-destruct.
Yeah.
Now, another reason for the water is it's got an extra hydrogen ion in it. So there's another radical called a hydroxyl radical.
Yeah.
And what that one is it's produced in our in the UV lights. So
Right.
our systems, people that go tanning, people that get their nails done, even
Yeah.
our atmosphere
Yeah.
have a lot more hydroxyl radicals, and it's an OH. So it's one oxygen, one hydrogen.
Yeah.
So what this little fella does is he goes around your cellular system,
Yeah.
and it's like a computer virus. And what it does is every time it bumps into another cell, it'll
Yeah.
reprogram it to multiply instead of self-destruct. So what you're looking at that point, without Kangen,
Yeah.
is you're looking at cell-free radicals causing mutations,
Wow.
hydroxyl radicals causing multiplications. That causes a big problem.
Yeah.
So what the water does is between the electrical charge of the water and the extra hydrogen
Yeah.
in the water, it'll search out the free radicals and it'll scavenge for the hydroxyl radicals
Right.
and it'll balance them both. So the hydrogen will go on to the OH,
Yeah.
and it'll essentially make two H's and an O.
Right.
H2O.
H2O.
So it'll actually
Wow.
create a water molecule within your body.
Wow.
Isn't that
That's
amazing? Like,
incredible.
yeah,
Wow.
so
That
so
is
that's
awesome.
the reasons that we drink Kangen water.
Goodness.
Plus
me.
it's delicious.
Plus it's nice, and
Yeah.
it also helps with like my inflammation has totally made a different turn.
I can't
like,
wait till you
it's
get this
just-
machine. You're going to take another
Yeah.
leap.
I know,
You
because
really
what is
are.
it? I'm only getting 30% of the
That-
benefits with
yeah, with the water share. I mean, even look at this. Like I poured
Wow.
this before I left my place, so probably an hour ago, and I'm not getting that negative 800.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
from my machine, it'll be the
Wow.
same as yours. I'm
Yeah.
going to reach into the -7,
Yeah.
-800s
Yeah.
when I drink fresh water.
Wow.
Right? So when
Yeah.
I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do, I don't go to the coffee pot. That's the second thing I do.
Yeah.
The first thing I do is I pour a big glass of fresh
Right.
bubbles.
Oh, wow.
And I think of it like medication.
Right.
It's the best taste of medication you'll
Yeah.
ever get. And I just drink an entire glass of
Oh,
fresh bubbles,
lovely.
and that will kickstart your body. So it'll go directly into all of your organs. It's
Yeah.
an energy source, so it'll perk you up.
Wow.
I only drink coffee because I like the taste of it,
That's
really.
so awesome. Wow. Thank
Yeah.
you for showing me that. That's so cool.
Oh, you're welcome.
We'll do another when I get my machine.
Yes, we will. That's a great idea.